This ceremony was approved by Congress to try to, I don't know, set right, make amends, whatever, for the lack of recognition and the expression of gratitude for service. When these guys came home, I'm including me, there was no attitude of thank you for your service. It was like maybe he was maybe the lowest kind of citizen there was. And everybody didn't have that attitude, but it was a prevailing attitude.
But the program was signed into law in 2012. And it created a 13-year period to recognize all 7 million living Vietnam era veterans and all 9+ million family members of those veterans. And that's anybody who served between 1 November 1955 and 15 May 1975.
I have more than once heard this comment made by many men, including some of our blessed World War II veterans. Well, I wasn't really a veteran, you know, I like worked in a post office or I just worked on trucks in the motor pool. That's all I did. I wasn't really a veteran. And I could see where people would get to that point, but you got to understand what's going on. When you fight a war, first of all, you have to have war fighters. But before you can have war fighters, you have to have the infrastructure and the logistics to deliver to the war fighters. And that's why every man that ever put on a uniform raised his hand, took the oath of enlistment, and went and did what he was told, where he was told, when he was told. Those are heroes.
You know, we started this one, 2021, never thought about stopping, we never thought about hitting 500. And, you know, we did 150, 160 in Lebanon, another 160, 170 in Rolla, Waynesville twice, I believe, St. Robert. We hit 1,000 in St. Joseph last month.
It's a nice ceremony. You go to one end of the stage, and you receive your certificate of appreciation, and then you turn around and go to the other end of the stage, and someone's there to pin your pin on you. The beautiful thing of it is their families were there to see it. I mean, the honor that they received was late and little, but their families were standing there to see it, and there was a lot of family people came.
And then this year is the 50th anniversary of it, so November 30th is the final. You know, we are going to do one in Salem, and we're going to do that in October. So if they're close by, I'd love for them to come to Salem.
This is being put on and sponsored by the veterans of Dent County, not by any organization. Then they could come here from, you know, they can come here from any county. It's not limited to Dent County. So I'm really excited about it, Andrew. I think it's going to be a wonderful honor. The only regret that I think I'll have is knowing all the Vietnam veterans I know that won't come.
If they can't make it to Salem, we'll mail the certificate to whoever, as long as they just promise us that it's just not, hey, here's your certificate.
I hope that people will understand that we're doing this and that we're doing it for them. So don't think you're going to be in the spotlight and somebody's going to ask you a question. All that's going to happen, everybody sits in a row with their families, and then your name will be announced. You stand up, come forward with your family, and you're given the certificate at one end, and you turn around and receive your pinning at the other end. And oh yeah, by the way, we'll have dignitaries there to take pictures with.
You know, we'll continue going as long as we can. You know, used to they had a pin for the surviving spouse, and then last year they stopped making that pin, and I'm assuming the pins that we present, they'll stop making those eventually, but we still have our certificates, you know. As long as we got a computer, we can recognize somebody. So I don't foresee us ever stopping, you know. When I can't do it anymore, I hope somebody else picks it up and does it.